Hello students. Today I will tell you how you can do your lab experiments virtually. As in the present situation it is not possible for us to carry out normal offline classes. The classes for this reason you have to learn and adopt the procedure to do virtual classes, that is to attend the lab classes virtually by using some software means. Here I will illustrate different steps which you have to follow to do the experiments. Initially I am starting with a very important experiment in basic electronics or analog electronics, which comes in the third semester of the electronics and telecommunication engineering course. The first step is that you have to go to Google, or you can also use Internet Explorer to search for virtual labs. So you can see this page. This page will appear on your mobile phone screen or your computer screen. Here you can see it is showing www.vlab.co.in. So you have to click this option. After clicking, this page will appear on your mobile screen or computer screen. So you can see that Virtual Labs is an initiative of MHRD under the National Mission on Education through ICT. So if you scroll down, you can see the objectives that you have to follow. You must read it before starting the experiment, which should be followed by the teachers and the students. Now you can see the broad areas of virtual labs. It actually covers different domains, that is electronics and communications, biotechnology and biomedical engineering, and you can see almost all the common engineering branches are here. So in this case I'll be selecting electronics and communications. After selecting, this page will appear and here you can see labs ready for use. So as you can see, besides every topic, the name of the academic institute is present. Actually these institutes are maintaining each lab topic. So in this case I will demonstrate one of the important experiments of basic electronics, as you can see here. So I will click it. This page will appear on your mobile phone or on your computer screen. Here you can see different segments are here: introduction, list of experiments, instruction, technology used, people and feedback. You can read this introduction part. This will give you a rough idea about the experiment and how you can carry it out. Virtual labs for teachers, virtual labs for students. Here I am describing everything for the students. Now after this you have to click the list of the experiments. So here you can see the list of the experiments. Here all total 17 experiments are here, and one experiment that is under development. Here I will be selecting VI characteristics of a diode. Now it is a basic experiment. As you know, it is a basic experiment of analog electronics, basic electronics and semiconductor devices. So this is here you can see here also different segments are present: theory, procedure, simulation, quiz, assignment and references. So you have to first read this theory part. This will cover the objectives, that is at the end of the experiment the student should be able to understand what all are given here. Then structure of the PN junction diode, then function of a PN junction diode in forward bias condition. You can also see the circuit diagram. Then the function of a diode in reverse bias condition. You can see here the circuit diagram. Then the representative curve, the VI characteristics of a silicon diode is given. and after that you can also see the same for the germanium diode. As you know, as the type of the diode varies, that is depending on the type of the semiconductor material, the cut-in voltage of the diode varies, and also other parameters also vary. So after this you can also see the diode equation, that is IF equal to IS exponential VF by NVT minus 1. All the meaning of all the parameters are given here. You should learn it. Now after this, important note is given here. You can take it as the precaution and discussion part, as we generally do for normal experiments. Now I'm scrolling up and I will straight go to the simulation part, but I will suggest you to also go through the procedure part. The procedure part actually covers different instructions that you have to follow to do the experiment. I will go straight to the simulation part. Now here you can see the simulation for the VI characteristics of diode. You can see the forward biased silicon diode, then forward biased silicon diode draw circuit. Initially I will start with the forward biased silicon diode, but I will suggest you to do also the reverse bias silicon diode experiment and also do the same for germanium diode. If you click the second option, that is forward bias silicon diode draw circuit, then you can draw the circuit. If I click this one, this page will appear. Okay. Now I will suggest one thing, that here you can see the overall page is not appearing as a whole. I will suggest you to copy this link. You have to click this option and to copy the link, copy to clipboard, and after that you have to paste this link in the Internet Explorer, and after that you will be able to see the whole page at the same time. Now I will go back and illustrate how you can actually carry out the experiment. You can see this page I have already shown you previously. That is, you have to click the forward bias silicon diode. After clicking, this page will appear. Now you can decrease or increase the page. The view will be better if you will use Internet Explorer. Now in this page here you can see that the circuit is already done. Just you have to follow the instructions given, that is, click the instruction, and here you can see everything is given. The first instruction is that you have to set the DC voltage to 0.2 volt. The second instruction is select the diode, that is, you have to choose the type of the diode. Number 3 is set the resistor. Number 4 is voltmeter is placed parallel to silicon diode. So initially I will set the DC voltage to 0.2 volt. I have already set, as you can see here, VDC is 0.2 volt by setting this slider, as you can see here, by setting this slider. Okay. Now after this we have to set the value of the resistance, but before that we must choose the type of the diode. In this case we can choose 1N4007. Okay, this is optional. You can also choose the other options as well. Now I am fixing the resistance by sliding this slider. I have fixed it at 653 ohms. Though 653 value is not commercially available, but this is a software based lab where you have to carry out everything virtually, so you can set this. But whenever you will go for the hardware, that is, whenever you will implement the same circuit in your lab physically, then you have to choose certain value of the resistance which is commercially available. Now after fixing the resistance, you have to keep it fixed. Okay, now we will take the reading. Now as we have set the value of the DC voltage to 0.2 volt, so we can add it to table. Immediately we have added it to table. You can see the experimental table here. It is actually showing the experimental table. Okay, that is the serial number 1, data 1, forward voltage 0, forward current 0 milliampere. Then after that we have to change the value of the DC voltage, that is the externally applied voltage. And one thing you should keep in mind, it is also given in the instruction set, that you have to always connect the voltmeter in parallel with the diode, because in this case we are actually measuring the voltage drop across the diode, and ammeter in series with the resistance and the diode, because ammeter will measure the current flowing through the circuit. Now we will increase the value of the resistance, say 0.5 volt. Now add to table. Now I think it cannot be said, we have to increase its value more. Let's try it. Add to table. Yes, it has taken. That is, we have set the value of VDC 0.8 volt, and the forward voltage you can see in the experimental table is 0.544, and the corresponding value of the forward current is 0.306. Now we have to increase the value of the DC voltage, say 0.9, add to table, then 1.1 add to table, then 1.3 add to table, then 1.5 add to table, then 1.9 add to table, then 2.1. Every time you have to click add to table. But be careful, the resistance slider should not be moved. Okay, so we have completed. The DC voltage has reached to its maximum value, and here you can see the overall table. This is the experimental table. We have got 15 data points, and after that, after getting the data, we generally do the graphical plot. Here also we will click this plot option, as you can see here. This is the plot option, and we have to click it, plot. Immediately you will see this graphical plot. So you can see the VI characteristics of the experiment we just did. Okay, so after that we have to scroll up and again click the instruction, and here you can see the instruction 8, that is plot the VI graph and observe the change. So we can see this VI plot, and from the graph we can actually see that around 0.6 volt, as the cut-in voltage of a silicon diode is approximately 0.6 volt. So around 0.6 volt the current starts to increase exponentially, as I have already shown you the IV characteristics equation. Now you can see the instruction, that is, click on it, and you can see instruction 9, that is calculate the dynamic resistance of the diode. Okay, dynamic resistance, as you can see here, it is actually the ratio of del V by del I. Del V is the difference of two different voltage points, that is two different voltages, and del I is the difference of two different corresponding values of the currents. So here in this plot you can select two different voltage points. Say for example I have clicked the voltage point 0.557 and the corresponding current is 1.07, and if we click this one 0.58 and 3.98, So if you subtract the voltage, that is 0.57, and the previous one 0.557, you will get the value of del V. Similarly, if you subtract this current 3.37 milliampere minus 1.38 milliampere, you will get the value of del I. So if you take the ratio of this, that is, if you divide del V by del I, obviously you will get the value of the dynamic resistance of the diode. Okay, so from the graphical plot you can do it. Number 10 instruction is that, therefore from the graph we see that the diode starts conducting when the forward bias voltage exceeds around 0.6 volt. For silicon diode, this is the cut-in voltage, as I already told you. So this is the overall procedure you have to follow to do the experiment. Okay, this is all about this experiment. If you have any problem, then you can obviously certainly contact me. You can ask me. And one more thing, I will suggest you to do the reverse bias silicon diode experiment also. Just go back and click the option in the simulation part, and also I will suggest you to do the same for the germanium diode. Then you will be able to understand the difference between the silicon diode characteristics and the germanium diode characteristics. Okay, that's all about these experiments. Thank you.